Hi, writers. Welcome back to the Writers Room. So, this is our big boot camp month. Hooray to those of you that did the boot camp last week. So excited about all that we are creating, and we're going full steam ahead. I have shared with you a couple of weeks ago that I am writing a draft of this new nonfiction book by the end of the year. I've never personally, I've coached many people to write books in 10 or 12 weeks. I have never put myself to that timeline because it hadn't felt aligned for me before. And I'm going for it now and I'm all in. So we're going to continue our work around really interesting ways to keep ourselves pulling out the best creative stuff, keeping motivated, and definitely, if you haven't already, sign up for the retreat. If you're watching this, you get to come for free. That's embedded here. Okay. The link is here. We want to support you in not only finishing your book, but knowing how to build an audience for your book, making sure that the people that you're here to change their lives with your writing and message get to find you, and how to really develop thought leadership around your book so that you not only touch people through your writing, but also in other ways, like through social media and other platforms, podcasts, etc. So come to the retreat so that we can do that amazing work and have 3 whole days together, not just a quick few minutes on Mondays, to go deeper and more powerfully forward. I feel like we're gonna be like these steam engines. All right, so I want to talk about Jenny Offill today. And you might know her. Her newest book is this book, Weather, but she's written several books, and she's really interesting. She really, in this book particularly, takes on climate change and the anxiety that we're all feeling. There's all kinds of things. It's a novel, but told in these teeny little sections. So it's a very unusual narrative structure. So if you're just looking for new ideas, I highly recommend get a sample of this, check it out from the library, or of course buy it and read it. But I wanted to talk about a technique that I heard Jenny talking about on a podcast. So see, podcasts work. I heard her on a podcast. I'd never bought her books before. I immediately ordered this one because she was reading from it. Then I went on YouTube and watched a whole bunch of interviews of her from other books and lectures she's done. This is how people can start becoming a raving fan of yours, right? And so what she does, which I thought was so fun, is she has a jar, and every time, it's sort of like what I do with the object diary. For those of you that have coached with me on that, I have a notebook that I use every day, and I write down just like if I overheard something really bizarre or cool, I saw a sign, some plant really stood out to me and I don't know why. I keep thinking about Alaska. I don't know why. I write all these things down because over time, themes emerge, and they also become sort of like this organic soil to pull things from my subconscious to put into my current projects. So Jenny's version of that is an actual jar. I just love tactile things. So she gets like a glass, like a mason jar or something like that. And she puts in slips of paper of, if she reads something really great that someone else wrote, there's a news story that for some reason resonates for her. I'm paraphrasing. This is just what I took from the interview. So if any of you know Jenny personally and I'm misrepresenting, let me know. This is what I took from her sharing. And she has this jar, and then she just drops these little ideas, sort of inspirations, things that stood out to her, and she just pops them in there. And then when she sits down to write, instead of facing a blank page, she just reaches in. This is where you're playing with your subconscious, right? Pulls it out, and then she has something to work with. She can either insert that into something she's writing, or she can use it as a prompt to get her going. How fun is it to have this inspiration jar? Who wants to do this? I am so excited to kind of turn my object diary, which is on a paper, into this sort of, it's almost like becomes a still life, this vase of divine ideas. So I want to hear if you're going to try. You can also just do it like I've been doing it in a journal, but I'd love to hear if you want to try an inspiration jar. And I'm giving full credit to Jenny Offill for giving us the idea. So try it out this week and let me know how it goes. How did it feel? Think about, sometimes you forgot that you kept writing about Alaska, and now you're in this moment, you're like, what should happen next? And you pull it out and you think, oh my gosh, this character is either going to go to Alaska, get in a fight about Alaska, have to call a relative that's estranged from who lives in Alaska. It could go anywhere. Enjoy it. Come to the retreat. I can't wait to see you in a few weeks. Bye.